Howdy there, folks. My name is Rees.
And I am your overlord.
Making fences. Jenna.
It's beneath me,
that's who
but
she is. And Jenna, I clicked the timer this time around.
Good job.
I think you had a defensive driving thing you wanted to discuss?
Yes, we were about to be finished recording, but then I realized there was something. This might not even be a good story, but it's an experience that happened in my life, and it needs to be out there. I need to be purged from this. So y'all can be my therapy.
I'm looking forward to hearing whatever this story is. Let's get into it.
So I was in a car accident, obviously. I don't know, it's not obviously. I don't know if I ever mentioned it.
That wasn't your fault, yes.
Yeah, but I got the defensive driving, which is bull, but we're beyond it. Anyways, so I realized that coming up in a couple days was the deadline, and I still hadn't done it.
Oof.
So I was like, you know what? I'll just binge watch defensive driving.
Yo, bad decision.
So, I just like Googled defensive driving, and I clicked on the first one, and I downloaded it or whatever. I bought it, and I didn't look at any of the reviews or anything. I just bought it. I just wanted to be done.
I like where this is going.
So, I click on it, and what should I see? But a pair of dead eyes calling me from the beyond.
What?
Oh,
Tell
it's
me
so
more.
Scary. Okay.
Did you pick like horror defensive driving?
It felt like it after a few minutes. It was a bobblehead. His name's
thank goodness.
Let's set the scene. We're inside a horribly animated car.
Oh no!
And you open up on the face of a dead-eyed bobblehead named Chase.
Oof. Bad choice.
He is your director for the evening. Let's just say that.
Director.
And then you were introduced to a whole new slew of characters that, may I just say, rival Pixar in emotions and animation. We have...
I feel like you're being sarcastic, though, Jenna.
That was very sarcastic.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, so first character we're introduced to after Chase, the dead-eyed bobblehead that will haunt my nightmares, is there's this female character.
Right.
There's the one female character. Her name is Hula Girl.
Of course.
And she is just one of those hula girls that you put on the dashboard.
Yeah, I've got 10 of them. Her
only personality traits are being sassy, reading magazines, and hitting on the main guy. Those are her personality traits.
What the mess?
Yeah. So after we are introduced to that little love bubble, we come to our next character.
Love bubble.
His name is Douglas. And he is an air freshener who has apparently been around since World War I.
I don't think he smells good anymore.
And he rants literally during one of the most important parts of the course where they're teaching you about road signs and something, which obviously you already know if you're driving, but they're trying to go through them, and freaking Douglas drops down and starts screaming about how life was better when everyone was in a cart and buggy. What? And they lower the audio of the actual educational footage for this freaking air freshener. And he's just screaming at me, pointing at me, telling me that it's my fault that the world is the way that it is. And so anyways, that's the next character. That was just a little side note about him. And that's his only personality trait is talking about how cars have ruined the world and everyone's dumb, and if he had his way, the world would be a better place, which sounds threatening. Anyways,
it does.
So we have our last three characters. We're coming up. So
there's more?
There's more. The next one is a dog, and he is a little plastic dog stuck to a fire hydrant stand thing.
As you do, yeah.
As you do. His name was Buster, I think, and he was very sheepish and dumb. And they kept on... Okay, I'm not saying that to be mean. That was his personality. Everyone called him dumb. All his jokes were about how dumb he was.
I love a character like that. Where
they
the
would all just be
like, is that they're
it's Buster. He's just dumb. That was the punchline of the joke. So that was the dog, and he talked like this. So
what
just
a
let
dumb
that permeate
dog.
your senses.
We're talking
and then
like
our
that.
last two, which I grouped for a reason, because they are none other than those dice that people hang over their mirror.
Like Han Solo's dice, yeah.
Yeah, there was a boy one and a girl one. You don't need to know their names because I don't want to say them. But they were in love.
Wait, the dice?
The dice were in love. One of them was the boy dice, and he talked like this.
Oh no!
And he was like super into like surfing.
Oh yeah, man. Of course. The waves.
The girl dice was wearing so much blue eyeshadow, it was literally blinding me through the screen. And her only interest was makeup, so that they could make one joke about how women they can't be away from their makeup long enough to drive.
Which is, to be fair, some
really
women, yes.
Sexist.
To be fair, some
the
women,
only
yes.
two females in this, their only personality traits were love interest, and women cannot be away from their lipstick long enough to pay attention to the road. So, anyways, this slew of characters is guiding you on your 6-hour journey.
You're hitting something in there. I can hear it through the wall.
So I start my day and I'm like, okay, I'll just do this. So I get my cup of coffee. I start my 6-hour journey down the road, and first second in, I see those dead eyes from the bobblehead, and I'm like, oh, I'm in for an adventure. So we're going through, and literally every time I click next section, I feel a little piece of my soul die. Mm-hmm. And there's no escaping. So by the end, I'm curled up on a ball on the end of my bed, certain that I've descended into madness and the world will never be the same. And it was probably one of the worst experiences of my life.
Jenna, you poor thing. I feel so bad for you.
Oh my gosh. So, don't get a ticket because defensive driving is... I feel like it's that bad because that's the punishment. Not the defensive driving. Those characters were the punishment.
I feel like you might have gotten the same one my dad got one time because I watched it. Did at some point they talk about... Like, did a kid... No, it was animated, you said.
Mm-hmm. It was animated.
Were there any, like, cartoons?
I just remembered a really great part.
Tell me.
So they were talking about animals, like, running in front of me. They were talking about animals running in front of cars, and they were like, there's chickens, ducks, horses. There was a lot of fowl in the mix. I don't know why. Yeah. And they were like, and the most dangerous animal of all. And it was just 2 kids that turned around really fast and ran away. And they just continued on. It was not a joke.
This sounds terrible.
It was the most heinous thing I've ever viewed.
The one and only time I've ever gotten a ticket, I did just normal driver's ed. It was just normal. It was just, I mean, it was a bit cheesy, you know, with the big smiles and the, wow. So what you're saying is you shouldn't park on a train track? That's right, or you'll get ran over. It's just sort of that sort of thing. But it wasn't animated, and there wasn't a talking air freshener.
The most dangerous child of all. Wait, the most dangerous animal of all is a child. So
of course, yeah, a human child. Makes sense. It checks out. A
human child is the most dangerous animal that will ever run in front of you.
Well, Jenna, I'm glad that this is a thing that you got to experience.
I was literally watching it, and there was a split moment where I was like, oh, I am definitely telling everyone on Sky Factory about this. Like, my throat is like hoarse from screaming so much.
We need to get Micah in at some point to discuss his. He had a driver's ed. He got a ticket, which is surprising it took that long, if I'm honest. But it's surprising that's the only one. Did I tell? Okay, here's a fun story about Micah.
Oh boy.
I don't even know if I should tell this story. Micah received a ticket, which he sat in the back seat of his car and promptly forgot about for a while.
Micah.
Because Micah did not know that it was a ticket. Do you know about this?
No, but this is beautiful. Sparing Micah.
He got pulled over, and he says the officer handed it, like they talked, and the officer handed it to him, and he didn't think anything about it. And it's like, Mom ended up finding it. It's like, Micah, why didn't you tell us you got a ticket? And he goes, I didn't. And Mom goes, yes, you did. And he goes, no. The officer, he was very friendly, and he told me that was a citation.
Yeah.
Which is not a ticket in Micah's mind. It's a
very
different thing. Mom has to explain to Micah that a citation is a ticket, and we've got a limited amount of time to deal with this now. So Micah is now, he's a little bit wiser now. He's learned that a ticket.
What a citation
He's learned what a citation is. He has to do drivers. Well, for those of you who don't live in the States, or I guess in Texas specifically, if you want to avoid having a ticket put on your record and your insurance prices going up and all that, you can take defensive driving.
Yeah.
So the one, I've done that. You've done that. Micah's now done that. But Micah chose something that was called the Comedy Defensive Driving course.
Oh, no. My dad suggested that. I was like, no.
Well, Micah said it wasn't that bad. It was just a bit cheesy.
Yeah.
It sounds better than whatever you did. Also,
mine was supposed to be the quote-unquote normal one.
Have you noticed how many times you've had to break that for it to actually break?
Oh, yeah.
How frustrating is that? We're going to fix that. I think before we record next time.
We have so many questions.
Do we?
Oh, my gosh.
I stopped keeping
Rees,
track of
this
them.
is your job now. You said you would take care of it. Let's check.
Okay, I'm going to hop on it. I'm going to get over to it. Oh, you remember the last one I answered was about homeschooling?
Yes.
2 episodes ago. Have you ever left the country, or how many states have you visited? Jenna, you have a pause screen. I shouldn't be looking at your screen.
Sorry. I was checking the Discord.
Right. Okay, I've been to Mexico. Where have you been?
I've never left the country.
Wow. But what states have you been to?
Which totally sucks.
I've been to every southern state, and then as far north as Colorado.
I've passed through a bunch of states, but I haven't visited a bunch of states.
Well, I'm going to look up the country, and I'm going to tell you exactly which states I've been to. Let's see. Google Maps. That'll do it, right? That's a thing? People still use that? I haven't touched it in a long time. Ever since Siri could tell me where I was like, who needs this now? Who needs Google knowing where I am? Okay. I've got my list of states here. I've been to California. I've been to Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Oklahoma, Missouri. I think we went through Arkansas to get... Well, I've been to Arkansas no matter what. So I've been to Missouri and Colorado. Those are the states that I've been to.
Nice.
And then I've been to Mexico. Let me see if I can find exactly where I went here because I forget what it's called. It was down in the Yucatan, but I don't remember where exact. Cozumel. I went to Cozumel. Obviously, but I went to somewhere else.
Obviously, we've all been to Cozumel.
Have I been to Cancun? Did I actually go to Cozumel, or did I go to Cancun? Shrek, I don't remember. It was Mexico. I went to Mexico. How about that? That's good enough, right?
I've always wanted to go out of the country, but, the window of opportunity hasn't shown itself yet, so we shall wait.
We got to get you a passport.
Right? I don't even have a passport. How sad is that?
I've got one. I used it that one time I went to Mexico.
I associate passports with diseases.
Yeah, I get it. If I follow.
Yeah.
Jenna, I'm going through the questions here. Are you going to try Hytale?
Hytale?
Hytale is by Hypixel. They make Minecraft servers that are, modded to serve as certain games. Like, I think they're the ones who, I might be wrong, but I think they're the ones who do like the Minecraft Hunger Games and stuff.
Oh, I love Minecraft. Well, I loved Minecraft Hunger Games. I haven't played since I was like 12, but yeah.
Well, they're making their own game, and it's called Hytale.
No way.
And it's basically Minecraft 2, and it looks amazing. And I've signed up for the beta on 3 different email accounts. You better believe I'm going to play it. As soon as they're able to take my money, I'm going to give it to them. It looks so cool.
That is a good policy in life.
Before you leave here, I'm going to show you the trailer because it looks so cool. And it's got the Yogscast in the trailer. It's really...
Oh, no way. No wonder you gave him all your money.
Yeah, I gave him all the money for the Yogscast game that one time too, and that never came out. But this is going to be different because they're actually almost done with the game. Or at least almost have it in a beatable state.
That's what we all tell ourselves.
Right. So yes, to answer that question, Walker Hound, I will be trying Hytale for sure. It looks spectacular. I'm looking through the rest of the... We don't have that many questions, actually, Jenna.
Oh, well, someone asked for your number.
My number is 26.
Wow.
And I believe yours is almost 20, so that's fun.
So fun.
That's going to be great. We're going to celebrate your birthday up big time.
Yeah, we are. You have no idea.
It's going to be fantastic. What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten? This is also from Walker Hound.
Ostrich meat.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever eaten.
I've never eaten anything weird, but Micah ate a cricket once to win a Lego set, so I guess
remember that.
I'll take that as like a...
I looked at him differently after that day. I was like, I can't look at you anymore.
Wow. Jenna, you can use the crafting terminal over here, and it'll automatically pull items out of the chest as you need them.
What?
I mean, you don't have to.
We have fence in there?
I'm sure we do have fence. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, we've got like 348 spruce fence.
Are you freaking
And then we've
kidding
got
me?
248 sticks.
I'm over here like a buffoon just swiping.
And then we've got 694 spruce planks.
Ugh.
So, I mean, if it's the fencing you want, like the spruce fence, I can pull that recipe up for you here. And then
That
it'll
would
just
be
be like,
dandy.
ready to manufacture at any time, as opposed to what it is you're doing right now, which is having a cluttered inventory and very
It's
slowly.
exhausting.
What is your favorite mod in Minecraft? I think we've talked about this one before, too, and I don't remember what I answered, but I'm going to answer now. Shrek me. Galactic
That's
Craft.
not one.
Going to Mars and the moon is fun, even though I've only done it once and never actually made
I
it
went to the
Mars.
moon once.
Really?
Yeah.
Fun weekend, eh?
I guess I did go out of the country.
No, because America owns the moon.
You're right. My bad.
Oh, so this is how we're going to do this.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out because I want it to be like bloop, but it's not blooping right now.
What do you mean, Vloop?
Like I want it to be like bloop, but it's not doing that.
Do you want it to be solid, or is this not
I
going to
want
be
it
filled in?
To be connected, but
But not
can't.
all the way. Like, you're only going to go along these top ones,
Yeah,
not the
but
inside
it
ones?
it doesn't look connected from this side when I'm looking at it. I think I need to like connect them from the bottom, maybe.
Maybe. I feel like what you're trying to do is going to take a long time. Let
That's
me
the
grab some
point.
fences. I've got an idea to make this a bit faster. Have you considered
Okay.
using a wand?
Oh no.
Dadgummit, this server latency issue's got to be addressed. This is unacceptable. Absolutely. All right. Do we have any wands? We don't, so I'm going to have to build us some diamond wands. I don't know, actually. Jen, do you think you can handle a diamond wand? I don't know. I got a feeling that maybe I wouldn't be the best call for, I'm going to... I mean, tell me if this is what you want to do.
Reese, are you blue?
I'm sorry, what's the question?
That's the question. Reese, are you blue?
Where did it come from?
Creeperington.
Really? That's a weird one. Dabba-dee-dabba-die?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little blue.
I was blue this week.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sad.
Stressful time
Hmm.
in my life. Because this is going to sound awful. I was doing a wedding video, and you're supposed to spend like a week picking out music and stuff because the music's half of the battle, really.
Yeah.
But when I give my clients their questionnaires, I'm like, okay, so here's like 20 different music genres. Like, just pick like 5 or 6 of your favorites or whatever, and I'll like, be able to use it when I pick out the music for your video or whatever. And this one client only picked country,
Oh, dear.
which is fine. Like, no hate to that, but I
Except
don't
you hate that.
listen to country. It's not my favorite.
Uh-huh.
So, I spent an entire week listening to every country song that's ever been written.
It's bad with the modern stuff. Like, you can go ahead and just skip all that. Because country music used to just be a genre of music, and then the topics were all different, right?
Mm-hmm.
But modern country music is just music about being country, and every song is literally exactly the same thing. I'm going down to the creek in my pickup
Something
truck
about
with my dog and my beard, and my
tractors
girl
and
who's
bear.
wearing Daisy Dukes in the bikini top, and we're gonna go drink down by the creek with my dog, 'cause I'm country, and I got a 4-wheel drive truck, 'cause I'm compensating for something, and I'm country, and the song's about being country. That's literally every country
The one
song.
time I ever got mad enough to yell at someone is because they had one of those big trucks.
Really? Just because
Yeah.
of that? No other reason?
No, they tried to run me over.
Oh, okay.
Remember I told you this story?
This checks out, sure.
Yeah, I was in Austin, and I was crossing the street.
Ah,
It was my
yeah.
right of way on the street. It was the walking sign. He had the red stop sign, and then Britton gets all the way across. I'm following behind him, and this truck just starts pulling out while he still has the red light. And then I'm trying to stop, but it was raining, so I kind of like slipped forward a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And he like kept on going, and then he had the audacity to honk at me. He's the one running the red light. Well, you're always okay. Defensive driving taught me always, no matter what, even if the pedestrian's in the wrong, give them the right of way, because they're not as big as a huge truck that's clearly compensating for something.
Yeah.
So he's honking at me, and for the first time in my life, I felt something well up inside me that could not be contained.
Uh-oh.
And I turned back around. And I yelled at someone for the first time in my life.
Ooh. Jenna went savage.
I know.
Goodness
but
gracious.
That's the only time that I've ever yelled at someone, because they had a big truck that was clearly compensating for something, and they had the nerve to threaten to run over someone who was minding their own business.
That is so intense. Yikes, Jenna. Well, thank you for sharing that story with us. I appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
I'm glad that you're not dead.
This is like therapy for me. So
Was Brenton there just watching this unfold?
he was just on sitting at the corner, just calmly watching me get run over.
What a guy. I love that guy. Good guy. And is that why you're blue? Because you almost got ran over.
Yeah,
Bringing
it's
it
really
back
sad.
around. Oh, man. Yeah, I see that question now. I see another question here. Reese, can you play FNAF? I already have. There's the one FNAF video on the channel. You can go watch that if that's what you're into. I've accidentally gone and made this part really far stretched out without realizing that it's not properly connected up to what you're doing over here. So I'm gonna go get more fencing.
I figured
and try
out a way to
fix
connect
this.
it. I just got to do a second row down here, and then it'll look better.
Yeah, I think I've been following along in what you've been trying to do there. We're
Rad.
gonna run out of spruce wood, by the way. I think we're definitely out of sticks now.
No, we had like 5.3 thousand.
I've got the trees replanted, so they're going again.
Awesome. The trees have returned. This is such a like poetic ending.
It is.
Our
is
last-
this the ending?
I don't know. What else do we have to do to the melon farm?
I guess nothing. I guess we are done after this.
Wow. No, I don't want to be done though.
Okay, it's just the end of the melon farm.
This is the end of the melon farm.
I thought
Unless
it'd be
you want to
fun-
move on to different projects. I don't know.
Well, I thought it would be fun for us to maybe live stream this a couple of times.
Yeah, let's do it. What if we live streamed our ending? Oh,
That'd be good. I also want
That'd be
to
so
maybe
sad.
do a tour of everyone else's setups too.
on the live stream?
Possibly on the live stream. I don't know. I
So
haven't.
fun.
I don't know yet. We
We
can talk
actually have
about
to
that
pick a
later.
day and stick with it.
Yeah, because it's really hard to get everyone onto the server. It's going to
Yeah.
be after we move servers, though, because I want everyone on there at once, and I don't think the current server we have can handle that.
So
So-
it'll be a while, but it'll come.
Yeah, it'll be a while, and I want to get our new setup done, so we will be in like the same room when we do it, and that'll make communication easier and figuring
Right.
out where we are. And because right now, if I want to figure out where you are and what you're doing, I have to switch to your camera angle. Whereas, if you're just sitting next to me, I can just look at your screen and be like, "Oh, that's what you're doing."
Terrifying. Hide and seek will be
That's
so
how you're
lame.
breaking the world. And that way I can know if you're like checking Discord and the game's just paused, and then that way I won't accidentally just switch to you, and that footage is baked into the video forever. It's just like a pause screen. The illusion will be broken. Will no longer be broken. People will never know that we have the audacity to switch screens whenever one of us needs to pause and do something else.
Yeah. Well, I pause a lot for awful reasons. I'm just like, well, I'm going to look at this now. Pause.
I had to blow my nose a second ago. I muted my mic and switched to your camera, so
That's nice.
no one will ever know. Not even
Well-
you, unless you heard it through the wall.
No, I can't really hear much of anything.
Okay, good. Then we're
Got these big
completely in the
ol'
clear.
earphones on.
You do have some pretty big... Hey, that's the timer telling me that we're done for today. But do you want to finish this roof before
Gosh, I want to finish the roof. I have to go get more fence.
Okay, I'm making a bunch of plank. I don't know why I keep taking the wood out of here. You don't have to do that to make the planks. I'm making a slew of planks right now. I'm going to put them back in here. And we should be good to go. I'm making more... this.